Yeah, we can always do music.
Audio. Not my fault. Welcome to Off Topic. We got Lindsay, Armando, Alfredo, and Trevor. What? I said they fixed it.
I said nothing.
Also, not your fault.
Thumbs ups. We were here long before it went live, and then I was getting mixed messages about whether we were live or not. Tyler kept saying it's good.
Snip,
and
snap, snip, snap.
It just didn't start.
It was
A
going
vasectomy podcast.
It was back and forth.
It was
so you're here for like 8 minutes. What was that? Did someone just fall?
the podcast shut down.
I think I know what happened.
More audio.
There's a cat in the vent.
Oh.
Something hit the floor.
Cat in the vent? Now you
it's
speak
still
my
up.
language.
So, this is podcast time. Hey, welcome back to Austin. New here again.
Bro, you like live here.
I saw him in the hallway.
Just
I
move,
clocked him.
dude. Just move.
Just move.
He moves every day.
Will he, won't he?
I wanted to see how long I could go without shocking, and then all the immediate.
we all went straight to you.
Yeah.
Go on.
You know what's really great is I announced that I was going to move on my podcast, and then I woke up in the morning and 4 people sent me a Reddit thread of somebody going, "Armando's moving to Austin," which is like such a weird. I love everybody that watches all of the content that we make, but it's such a weird. It's a weird experience to like. How do you know about my life?
Yeah.
I haven't even.
Well, I
there's
mean,
family members that don't know I'm moving.
They don't listen to your podcast.
Yeah,
They're not
it's true.
fans.
That's
You
fair.
did say it on the podcast.
I did say it on the podcast. It's weird to see a thread about something that's going on in your life.
They're more than family. They're fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
important than
I
your
like
family.
them
When you're
more
here
than
on
I
the
like
podcast.
most of my family.
Yeah.
But what was the podcast, if you want to name drop it?
It's secret. It's only for
fair
fans.
enough.
It sounded like you.
Fair enough.
Just like you moving to
I feel like
Austin,
it's
totally
a-
secret.
It's a podcast where you actually
30 more
investigate
minutes?
yourself.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Chip, it's a
like
fan.
it's like those.
Black Box Down.
It's like those.
Oh.
Black box
It's
up?
like we actually got copied by a
I heard about that.
Red Web.
Yeah, it was in our one
Shit,
sheet.
the T-shirt.
It was our number one
Yeah.
comp.
T-shirt show.
Yeah.
So wait, you make T-shirts too?
No, we're the drink paraphernalia
Oh.
company.
That is true.
That makes
I don't
movies.
do
You make
spider
drinkware.
podcast.
Yeah.
Wait,
we
so
did.
Are
They're
you
gone.
really doing
They're
it?
gone now.
Am I really? Oh wait, is he
assume
really
maybe
doing
you
it? Oh yes, yeah, I am. That's why I have to leave early. Is I got to go look at an apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do,
We
baby.
still took your time.
And you did.
For the official announcement on Off Topic.
Yeah,
now it's real.
not that
now it's
mystery
real.
podcast.
No. I guess this is the first time in Rooster Teeth content that I've admitted it. So yeah, I'm moving to
Admitted
Austin.
Hey.
I'm
ashamed.
guilty.
We scooped.
I am ashamed.
We got the scoop.
Armando.
We got the scoop. You heard it here first on
make
Off
sure-
Topic.
I just want to say, Austin's pretty wild, a lot of history. If you go to this apartment, bring your sage, because there could be ghouls.
There could be some ghouls.
And I know you know how much this guy, if you want Fredo over a lot, keep the ghouls.
I don't think I've heard the word ghouls in like
Ghouls are
since I was a child.
ghouls are big.
Oh, we said it like 50 times last night.
Yes, I haven't heard it since I was maybe a child, maybe watching like an outdated, probably racist cartoon.
Probably.
Not that ghouls is racist.
Right.
And just Disney went through some shit, is what I'm saying.
That's why they have the little title cards.
Yeah, which they own us now, by the way. I'm announcing that too. I don't know if
Welcome to Off Topic.
Go ahead.
Warner Brothers Discovery Disney.
Scoop number 2.
put it on the Reddit.
That's the second scoop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard the word ghoul so much as hanging out with you. It's so funny.
Am I wrong that it's always sunny too? Because my brain thinks of
Oh,
Charlie
yeah,
going,
100%.
little green
That's it.
ghouls, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Well, it was also his dating profile, Michael. I don't remember the question, but it was like, "What are your interests?" And he goes,
Little green ghouls.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we'll leave it a surface level. But we were doing like an interview, and Fredo's like, "Oh, I'm gonna sneak the word ghouls in there and see if he can get the word ghouls into some popular marketing." I'm like,
He didn't sneak it in there. He fucking rammed it
if you
in
heard
there.
the plan, it was definitely a boom, obtuse kind of kick in the door.
Yeah, yeah.
Quiet
100%.
breach.
You
Yeah.
kick the fucking door down and go, ghoul.
They will not use our
No, because my plan was to bookend it with usable material. So they're like, God,
It
we
was
can't
very-
cut out the ghoul.
Very usable.
What's happening?
A ghoul got him. He's been
He got Gabagool.
ghoul. No, no. Back. I think the
Oh.
only other time I've heard ghoul is Jay-Z's verse in Monster, which when did that song come out? 10 years ago?
Yeah, it's off.
Read me in.
Same.
Give me the lines.
A goblin, a ghoul, a zombie with no conscience is that bar, if I may.
Yeah.
And also, Lil Wayne, what's a ghoul to a goblin?
That's true. Also, The Office, Michael Scott, he said, I'll have the Gabagool.
You're right. That also happened. So what we're hearing is there were trickles of ghoul throughout history, some more recent than others, but the recent push is Alfredo backed. And Mondo is supportive?
I really
what I'm
wanted to get
wondering.
it into the interview.
wondering.
I am anti-ghoul.
Okay.
And I'm glad that we've brought this
You're not
up.
afraid to say it.
Punch in. And
I got you.
thank you.
Do you want the mayonnaise?
Yeah.
insisting on proving he's useful.
Ruining the. Okay, making people's jobs harder. Switch to that camera. Punch in.
Wrong
Just like a Ghoul would.
Punch in. Punch in.
There you go. He got it. It looks like shit.
I am adamantly against all ghouls. Ghouls in any type of form. I'm talking ghosts. I'm talking
spectral entities.
spectral entities.
How do you feel about Monster High? That's full of ghouls. Ghouls rule this school.
Well, that's more of a play on the word girls.
Is it really?
It is.
Yeah, ghouls.
Goyles.
Goyles.
Goyles. Goyles. You know what? In a Rooster Teeth verse, punch in on me. Punch in on me. Punch in on me.
Scoop number 3. Here we go.
Punch him
Punch in on me.
in the face.
I've come full circle. I like ghouls.
Wow.
There we go.
Didn't think you'd come around.
That was a
Okay.
roller coaster.
Didn't think this was going to be a news podcast.
What a debate.
This man
You slept on a slippery
Trevor-
cable?
There was snakes,
Almost ate shit
I think
on
there
a
was a
cable.
ghoul. A ghoul tried to trip me.
That was
That
the
was-
third scoop.
What is a ghoul?
Goblins
Right.
and ghouls. Like a
Ghoul.
None of you know.
Yeah, it's like a ghost. A ghost. A ghoul.
Am I
But he's
wrong?
probably
there's,
green,
there's
right?
religious connections. Wrong?
Ghoulish.
Like a religious relaxation.
No one said election.
I will
Did
never.
you say religious erections?
Most are. I feel like a ghoul is somewhere between a ghost and a demon, with a little bit of gremlin sprinkled in.
Yeah, a ghoul is
100%.
more of a monster.
A ghoul is rotting
Yeah.
flesh, right? Like there's some ickiness.
I don't know. I mean, in Fallout, yes.
Yeah.
Draugr,
But they're just like,
It
they're
could.
just like nuked people.
Oh.
They
Google
give a
image
nice
ghoul.
smoky
Yeah.
smell.
Gus was a ghoul in the Fallout immersion.
Mondo's looking at
Gus
the
is a
official.
ghoul in real life.
Gus is pretty ghoulish. Well, what they did for the immersion is they took off his makeup.
We're like, wait, I just sat
Yeah,
down.
they're like,
Why are you
normally
handing me
it
makeup
takes
wipes?
Forever.
Yeah.
This is great.
Gus, look, I don't want to make fun of Gus, because speaking of ghoul and Gabagool, I realized that I have to make some serious changes in my life because I've started watching The Sopranos.
Okay.
The acclaimed series. And I started watching The Sopranos and I see Tony and I go, man, he's looking good. I see fucking...
When he's just standing in front of the refrigerator
Yeah.
eating meat.
He's fucking eating.
eating.
Do you know how sad it is to watch a man and lust after his body when his body is him going...
It has a lot of health problems.
Yeah, a lot.
Both mob and non-mob related.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the hospital like all the time?
He's in the hospital a lot for like heart-related things.
Jesus.
Having
doesn't
never
take care of
watched any of The Sopranos, I know he eats meat. He says gabagool.
He eats everything.
Every now and then. There's a therapist, and he's in the hospital. That's the 4 things I know about.
I just remember Mad TV, Will Sasso, always like
Yes.
spoofing that. He's just always just like, where the fuck is the gabagool? And he just cuts the gabagool, the gabagool, fuck, gabagool. It's like that was the cut.
What is Gabagool?
I don't even know.
It's like a, is it like a mobster stew?
No, it's a
Maybe it's not so stupid. Tell us, boss.
The body.
I think it's like when you go on the East Coast, they really there's not just like ham and shit. They really got to be like and the bruschetta and like all this other shit that a lot of places just like don't have.
We have meat.
Yeah, bruschetta.
Yeah, you gotta.
Bruschetta.
Yeah, like capicola, like everything. All meats, like the actual.
It's all like
meats,
salami and shit.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Most
It's
meats
just-
sound like ranks in the Italian mafia. I'm a capicola.
I'm Salami Tony.
3-star gabagool over here. Served for 6 years.
There's one fucking Italian out there watching this, like these sons of bitches.
They cracked the code.
Look, I've eaten meat.
Well, let's rein it into the goblin versus ghoul scenario. So a goblin, according to the internet, which is always right, goblins can be good or bad. They can be mischievous. They can help you out if they want to, but sometimes they can be naughty.
Yeah.
Ghouls are always bad. You don't ever want to.
100%.
No such thing as a
really?
good ghoul.
Oh, there's a good ghoul. There's got to be one good
Name
ghoul
one
out
good
there.
ghoul.
Monster High. That's it.
Ghouls and Nefarious.
Monster High isn't real.
It's real to me.
So to some people.
Name one.
I will leave this
good
set.
Ghoul.
Godfrey the Ghoul. He's probably friendly.
What was the name I made? Gobwick? What was the name I made up before? this
Gabagool.
whole-
I have no idea.
Grover.
Hey,
it was around that era
well-
before the stream began.
Well, what's up?
Thank you.
It's a
Thank you,
chocolate
so
chip cookie
nice.
from Nikki.
Dude,
That's
that's a thick cookie.
That's a chocolate chip cake.
Get
Yeah,
fucked.
wow.
Get fucked.
I
Get
will.
fucked. Get fucked. Punching on me. Get fucked. Mike,
on me?
Awesome.
Very fast
Gotta
puncher.
breathe.
thank you so
very
much.
fast
Right
punch.
before you brought this, I was like, I'm becoming Gandolfini-esque in
Yeah,
size.
it's good.
I need to watch it. So I'm leaning into it.
We had a company meeting in which Nikki talked about baking, and I offered some baked goods in exchange, and they're like, I can't. But now I see this happening. I feel like we got to start up again. All the baked goods, everyone involved. Let's do it.
So what you're saying basically is free ice.
Yeah. Apparently. Interesting.
Back on the menu, I see.
Christ.
No one who's watched. If you haven't watched Trucked Up,
Did we ever explain that?
I don't think so.
Was
and
any of that
I don't
left in?
care.
No.
Right, you may have watched Trucked Up and not seen it.
I
but
certainly saw your post about it.
There was an early episode.
Show where they take trucks and they pimp them up.
Yeah.
You were in it.
Yep.
I was.
You forget.
Fredo.
He was the
forgot
muffin.
you were in it.
The Muffin King.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we were doing Trucked Up, great show, available now on Rooster Teeth for first members only.
That's true.
When we were doing Trucked Up, we started saying, instead of yes chef, we started saying yes rat. And at the real beginning of that, I told Eric, like, oh, set me up for yes rat. And he was like, you can't just come up with the punchline first and have somebody do a setup. That's not how comedy works.
Oh, floral merch?
Oh yeah, available now for Rooster Teeth first members.
Only.
Only.
Setting you up
Only.
for punch. Saw that.
So I tried
Don't
to come
research
up
that.
with the dumbest possible punchline that could be said, and I just said, Eric, set me up for free ice.
Yeah.
Means nothing. I picked two random words out of nowhere. But then no one understood what it meant, and so people kept asking me, what does that mean? What does free ice mean? And then I kept trying to trick people into saying free ice. Unfortunately, I forgot, and I don't know how I did this with my heritage, but I forgot that ice is a whole different other meaning.
Yep.
Right, I assume that's what you were referencing.
Not at all.
It's
Wait,
you.
what?
I
Yeah.
totally thought that was the joke.
I thought, so when I started saying
You
free
just kept
ice,
saying it.
I forgot
Just
that
kept saying it.
ice does like immigration stuff.
Right, but again,
Oh, was it not the acronym?
Oh,
It was the
I
item?
thought it was like
Ice.
like in a
Ice,
cup
like
of
a-
water
Yeah,
ice.
like-
I thought it was
water.
Armando, and I knew exactly.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
if
so
I
you
knew,
go, I don't know. It's
remember
me
what
going.
ice was, yeah, I would have swayed that way.
You've fallen into the same hole that everyone else has.
It's the hole you've created for yourself.
Yes, but the whole of them
falling into the hole that I set for you.
The people think that I make jokes or something instead of just like I fumble into punchlines. It's not. There's nothing going on up here. I don't have anything going.
I have a relatability only in the sense, and you guys can know because they've been in many videos with me, where I'll say something, people are like, good one, Lindsay. I'm like, that wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
What? Or
Yeah, I meant
the
to set
opposite.
that up.
Yeah, or I try and tell a joke, and they're like, I don't get it. I'm like, it's funny. I promise. It makes sense. Damn it.
There's nothing worse than a joke not landing in front of a bunch of people, and you're just like, no, this is funny. You're wrong. I'm gonna hammer it. I'm really gonna do
And
this.
that's what you did with free ice.
With free ice.
Trucked Up. And I don't think it all got cut out. But then as it went on, other people kept setting you up.
They're setting me up for free ice.
When then you had nothing.
And then I had nothing.
God damn it. It's
It was just
incredible.
like one of those, like, I don't know, stupid jokes on set. A lot of stuff got cut out of that show.
There was a lot filmed. I would say most of that show, like most of the cooking stuff was tight because you guys were really cooking things. So it's like you had X amount of time to cook.
And they let you cook, which is
But
good.
the judging or just like the talking section, they were just as long as they were.
Yeah.
Chris would get up there and then it'd be 30 minutes.
So I feel sort of bad because, like, I can cook, genuine. Like, I used to work as a cook, I used to work as a chef, whatever. So I would do this thing where I would try to, like, I try to make it a content. And then afterwards, when I realized, like, okay, we've hit a stopping block, I would be like, all right, now don't film me. I'm going to go actually cook for like 5 minutes. And it would be completely boring and we wouldn't say anything. Or it'd just be me and John being like actual cooks, like making stuff. Chris, on the other hand, as somebody who had to watch all those string outs, Chris, him trying to cook is him making a content.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He's a natural.
He's living his
natural.
life.
Yeah.
Just living his life.
Just thank God someone's pointing a camera at him. Because I don't know how much he's aware of and how much he just does. Like he could just be living like a life where no one's watching him. And he would just be like that guy you work with, but not he's that guy you work with and then everyone like watches because it's funny to watch him. It's just like some weirdo you work with. And he would do the exact same thing. Chris would be no different at all. He doesn't do it for the camera. He's just like that.
What's that movie from Jim Carrey where he was a
Truman Show.
Truman Show, yeah. Be a great candidate for that.
To watch him the whole time.
Yeah.
Except if he found out, he'd go, Oh, cool.
That's sweet.
Chris would be like,
Awesome.
I'm special.
There's no existential
I
crisis
think he would
whatsoever.
love it. His life would not come crashing down at all. He'd go, oh.
Do you think? I think he's a good candidate for somebody who lives that way, just in case it is a Truman situation.
Oh, like you never know.
Yeah.
Like he's always checking for
Like
sets.
someone, right? He's knocking.
When we
on
all
walls,
get
checking mirrors.
exposed for what we do behind closed doors and with the tissues or the what?
What are you talking about?
No, the
He'll be safe.
Oh,
Right.
tissues.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, because of tearing all the dramas
Right.
I
for
lost.
the issues.
Very emotional. Down
I
there.
genuinely feel like if Chris found out he was in the Truman Show, he would forget after a week.
Probably.
He would just,
Or
He
he
would
would
also say that's true.
I think he would immediately be concerned about ratings in the next season. And
Yeah.
then they'd be like, stop. He's like, oh, I have a great idea. And he would be like,
looking in
no, and ruin it.
Yeah.
He's looking in the mirror going, guys, I have a great idea for my art today.
Yeah.
No, live your life.
He'd be
Live your
like
life.
Zach from
Make your cheesecake
Saved by the
goo.
Bell. Keep stopping and talking to the camera. And he's like,
Stop
how did I
making
get
a
myself in
call.
this crazy situation? I don't know, but let's find out what happens.
He's running.
Stop.
He's DMing or GMing, if you prefer, a 5-episode arc for Stinky Dragon, and I'm so excited for that to come out because I know, like, he's finding a really nice balance between like planning for every possible outcome and going way deep in the story, no matter what happens, and also like forcing himself to pull back because it is a lot of improv and whatnot. But I'm very eager to hear how that whole mini campaign goes.
has he ever GM'd before?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I feel like because Chris and I are similar in the way of like wanting full creative control anytime we do anything. I don't know. You guys have worked with Chris before. It's he likes to have the control over what he's making, and I do too. And when I did Must Be Dice, I did the same thing where I planned out an entire story, and the first time someone went off the rails, I was like, fuck you.
You said no. No.
You piece of shit.
No.
You
I
had
tricked
this
him
all
out.
planned
out.
And I took like 5 books and went, okay, fuck it then, let's
Yep.
go. We're going to a diner, I guess.
I don't play much D&D, but I've seen so many memes like that. It's like the GM plans this intricate battle, and
Yeah.
it's like, we're gonna go this way. It's like, motherfucker,
Is it
okay,
like you
fine.
go to the Lions, you go to the diner, and they go to the diner, you're like, fuck you, go to the diner, it's like, all right, so after you leave the diner, whoa, you're back at the mines.
Crazy.
No. They like change it completely. The one thing that I do love is
Exit was a magical door back to the mines.
the one thing that I always loved from the show that we made Must Be Dice available for Rooster Teeth first members.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
The one thing that I really like that we did, or that I kept laughing at, is the crew, the players, would interact with NPCs, the people that I was portraying, and then they would always just like ruin their life. And obviously these NPCs would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of my store.
Yeah.
And then they'd look at me and be like, why is this guy so rude?
Yeah. I mean, he's not the protagonist.
Right.
No.
Right.
No, so he doesn't
Get
matter.
your soul out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I
So-
mean? Fuck your family that you're working for.
So-
you're working to pay for your sick kids, and they're messing up your shop.
Yeah,
Assholes.
I should have given them more sad stories. That's the thing. I should have had every character been like,
Lung.
"Hey,
Tragic
good to
backstory.
meet you. I got no kids."
If I lose this job, I lose everything.
Not that I never had them.
I
They're
had them.
dead.
They're
Oh, yeah.
gone. Yeah.
I didn't say I never had them. I said I don't have them.
Do you have kids, Maniac? No, not anymore. What?
Not after the last people came into the shop.
Not after I earned the name Maniac.
This is one of my favorite lines.
So what would you do? Would you set up like, all right, the encounter's ended now. You see a mysterious tunnel with something glistening at the end. They're like, I want to go to Denny's. And they're like, yeah, but the mysterious Nah, I'm going to the diner. My character's hungry.
Sunny side up.
I'm not even fucking joking. That is exactly what happened. There's a mysterious tunnel in the side of this mountain. We should go back to the diner. What the? Okay, fuck, awesome.
Sounds suspicious.
Sick.
Well, it sounds suspicious.
Well, it sounds suspicious.
Right.
Fuck you. It sounds cool.
We should go let the
dangerous
police
as
know.
fuck.
Someone else should investigate.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back to
Hey,
town.
go stop by that shopkeeper and tell him about it. Like,
Yeah,
tell him
hey.
about
It's like
Something in there might help your kid.
we joked about Haunter episodes with Fredo. Would just be us going to the house, be like, okay, the house is haunted. And be like, all right, bye. Like that's the wrap up. Fredo goes home. He's like, see ya.
Oh yeah.
So-
it'd be just cut to and just nothing.
Cuts from him up to the building, back, and there's just like a misty outline where he bolted.
As I'm power walking in, going, yeah.
I want to do just like a fucking ghetto ass fucking D&D session. You know what I mean? You know,
Like what?
like you go to the corner store, you accidentally step on homeboy's breads and roll for initiative.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life you were going to the corner store to play.
Oh no
That's
no
the
no no!
story.
I'm talking
Okay.
about just like a ghetto ass D&D
Gotcha.
session.
That's where you play the game. That's also where it takes place.
Roll D20 to see how high your socks are. Oh, they low as fuck. That's in that one. You got
Everyone
the
has
like
sketches
dancer
of the D&D
socks.
character. It's just the fucking Nike flops with the high white socks. You got the basketball shorts on.
I don't know
the
that you'll.
white tank top.
I don't know you'll be able to see this, but I want like a druid that's just like.
You imagine like, yeah, this is my D&D crew. I'm like, bro, that looks like a basketball pickup game, bro. Like,
We should, yeah, let's do that.
that's awesome.
Oh, so sorry to go backwards, but you talked about
like your D&D crew.
like my D&D.
Always
crew.
gotta go.
Yeah.
back.
Always got to go back to the diner.
Forcing us back into that mysterious mind.
So Achievement Haunter was a series or a show that you guys
Yeah,
did, right?
it was the first show.
You guys went to haunted locations and
I did a
checked them
few. You should ask them.
out? Okay.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the
Just
head.
like famous haunted places.
How do you guys believe?
Fuck no. Me, no. Not at all.
I had the Mulder effect, which is I want to believe. Going into the show, I was like, come on, ghost. Like if anyone
prove it to me kind of
right,
thing?
If
Yeah,
anyone wants to
validate
meet
it.
you and hug you and just get to know you after death, it's this guy right here. No one showed up. There were not that many ghosts. I adopted one.
that many.
Apparently,
You did?
yeah.
That was
Nothing
legal
happened.
binding.
I don't think was there one?
I don't know the legalities of adopting
There
ghosts.
weren't that many.
Hey, maybe there was 0, maybe there was 1.
There was not enough action or excitement for Lindsay.
scratched
So I
Jeremy?
need more. I need more. Ghost,
you
if you're
guys-
here, please.
Did you guys, maybe you can't talk about this. Did you guys ever manufacture like scary stuff?
No.
I will say no.
We would fuck with each other, but it's
Yeah.
clearly like on camera.
Gotcha.
No,
Like,
we didn't like Zach Ragans it.
Like we love. Yeah. We didn't.
Not affiliated.
Yeah, we didn't.
Not affiliated, we didn't say that.
Any ghost show.
We're gonna get blackballed.
Shit up.
When I did, I don't.
Oh, man.
Fuck it.
You found so
When
many
I-
ghosts.
I gotta go find a
Tell me-
ghoul over
tell me
here.
what's
I'll
up.
be back.
Yeah. Anyone who needs to step out for career reasons,
There you go.
I'm giving you your opportunity. When I did I got to do the ghost hunt on the Warner lot for Travel Channel.
Oh yeah.
Their live TikTok.
Hell yeah.
And they were like giving us a rundown. And what was funny is they gave like a group rundown to me and then the 2 other ghost hunters that we had, like people that actually hunt ghosts.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Hey Armando, can we talk to you over here really quick?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And they're like, "So we've seen your content," and I was like, "Oh, thank you, that means so much." And they were like, "No,
No, we hate it.
we've seen your content. So here's a list of things you cannot talk about." And one of them was Homeboy from Ghost Adventures, and I was like, well, like say anything bad? And they were like, just don't say anything, actually.
Just keep his name out of your mouth.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, what am I not supposed to like talk about how his hair looks all dumb and his shirts are all too tight and he's never seen a ghost before and he's the worst ghost hunter ever?
Don't cut to 6. Don't cut to 6.
Right.
Like, don't worry, you're still on
cut
that
to
one.
6.
You were
This
in
is a
the
safe
first
off topic,
one anyway.
Mondo. Go.
No.
You were in the.
Obviously, those are examples of things that I wouldn't say because they're not true.
Right.
Right. Those were
Thank
just.
you.
But you
off the
did
top
want
of
to
the dome.
say.
You were improving what
Example
could have
of
been.
What could have
not to
been
say.
said.
Right. Of somebody else's
Awful thing to say.
Right.
And this is also not a bit. I genuinely liked Ghost Adventures
Dude,
when I was a kid.
I watched Ghost Adventures religiously. That and Taps.
Taps. Because they were real plumbers.
They were.
That's my
also,
favorite part.
that's the tactic that Fredo and I have implicated.
Yeah, we
used.
implicated ourselves.
We implicated ourselves at the scene of the crime. No, it's like to come in, I'm like, you don't believe, you want to be proven. I'm definitely very skeptical, but then like when I get into the environment, my mind is open to it.
Show me the ghost.
I'm a little offset by the darkness.
I'm good.
Okay.
But yeah, we try to debunk everything we experience, and if we can't, we can't. But usually we go, I think it was this.
I
Been
honestly,
there. And that's what Taps kind of does.
I honestly don't know what I believe when it comes to. Oh no, thanks to Nikki.
Well, let me just go back to the WB thing. Did you experience anything that made you go, or was that kind of like,
The dance.
because there was a lot of people around.
Yeah.
Hello,
That
my
was
baby.
fucking.
When they locked me in and they're like, "Hello, my dude."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
'Cause
scary
he's
as fuck.
been dead for years.
There was
that
some.
would be
Animated
creepy.
corpse.
There was some stuff where like I'm a. Oh wow. He's really leaving so that I don't.
No,
say anything
I
about-
just had-
And another thing about Zach from Ghost.
I just had a bunch of crumbs.
Yeah.
The trash.
Honestly, it's jealousy. I can never be Zach. Anyways, go ahead.
Dreary Hedgehog just got the shirt. Thanks.
Hey.
When I was when we were on the lot, I was trying to think of like what makes good content. So obviously, like I'm playing stuff up. I'm being a goof. There was one moment where we were in the house that the ghost of James Dean hangs out in, and I'm making a bunch of jokes like, "Hey James Dean, you want to fucking kissy in this closet? Ooh. And then they were like, yeah, go in the closet. And he was like, okay, I'll go in the closet. And then they closed the door and like locked it. And they were like, we locked you in there. And it was like, oh, I'm locked in there. And they were like, oh, what's over there? And then I heard everyone walk away.
They're like, we got him out of the chute.
And there's no cast, there's no crew, not even the guide is there. And then I'm like, oh, I'm in the room. I don't like this. And that's when I started like, I don't know, it sounds so dumb. I don't know that I believe in anything, but like I felt something and I felt really uncomfortable. And then like, we had the little thing that just randomly spouts out words that was doing fuck all the entire time we were there. And then it just started saying like, hello.
And
it's one
James
of the things.
Dean.
Yes. Yeah. Kiss.
Right there.
James Dean.
Hands off.
Naked. Closet. James Dean.
On our shoots too, like we didn't fake any of that, so there would be times where words would show up and like that was a little creepy and unsettling. But you're right, like isolation is the creepiest part of any of those shoots because these areas are already like historically supposedly haunted. You have like creepiness. It's nighttime. So there's one episode where I went down to the basement of a hotel that was here in Texas, and I'm just by myself for like an hour, and I was like, I'm fucking terrified.
Was that Yorktown Memorial, by the way?
It wasn't Yorktown. It was when we were out of the fake cats for my grandma, and I was in the basement there. But Yorktown was also scary as shit.
It was asbestos galore.
Yeah.
That's the real ghoul.
That was the real ghoul. But yeah, did you experience anything? Or because to your point, the mind is an interesting demon, right? Like you start to fill the void with sights and sounds. Like we had something similar. We went into this like dark tunnel that we did the tunnel challenge or whatever at this place. I think you guys might have gone to the same place and done the same challenge. And when you're down in there, you start hearing stuff.
Yeah.
You start seeing
My
stuff.
brain yells at me in real life. Like
I think that was the one where Gavin and I went and I wore the beanie and it was spinning. And I kept saying, I hope it goes to you. Yeah.
It might have been.
And then the wind was blowing because there's these doors you can't go in because it's like collapsed.
Oh, so that's Yorktown. For sure you did.
So-
It was Yorktown.
For
Then
sure you
then
did.
I sat next to the door going, I hope no one gets me. And Gavin was filming it and then the propeller started.
That was in the trailer. I remember that.
That was fucking funny.
Sorry.
You and I do.
Sorry, yeah.
You and I do the same thing of just like constantly on a cosmic scale shooting ourselves in the foot. Like when I was flying out here to Austin, I have a running bit where I always tweet the most crazy shit when I'm on the plane, so that if I die, that's the last thing. And like, there's some dumb bit, and so the last thing that I'm on the plane, we're in the sky, I just buy Wi-Fi, and I go, what kind of a fucking idiot dies in a plane crash? And the guy sitting next to me, he was looking over and he saw me typing it, and he went,
stop.
and I felt really bad.
What's the theory you talked about where people die but they don't think they've died? Mondo, are you actually?
Yeah,
are you
I
real?
think I might be dead.
Fontaine mortality.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, where like you're on the path where every like, you know, multiverse shit, everything can happen, but you're on the one where you never die.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody is on their individual track to dodge into the next universe that keeps them alive.
You wanna merge ours? So we can always just be home?
Maybe you're in the same ones.
Let's go. Let's go.
Or one of you's
We
about
got a
to
ghost
die.
on our team.
Yeah, that just committed one of us to a death. And scene.
But sorry, no, what I was gonna say was like, because I'm that kind of person, because you're that kind of person, I feel like if ghosts are real, it's kind of like they're not gonna fuck with us because we're like, we don't care. If I experience something that is scary, there will be a millisecond where I go, and then the rest of it going like, fuck yeah, dude.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
I'm also like, dude, like, what if you're wrong? I go, okay, then I'll be wrong if it happens.
Right.
What if I'm right? That's how I'm gonna live my whole life. You know what I mean? Until a ghost is in front of me going, boo. I'm just gonna assume
If they get up
it's
on our
not.
shit, pull out the Dyson vacuum, okay?
Yeah.
They're more
There you go.
Then you start
powerful
shooting
than
the
ever,
Casper, babe.
and they're cordless. The only thing though is you got about 45 minutes.
Right.
I got
Put it on
a
high,
shotgun.
it's
Yeah, you put it on high, you got 45 minutes of protection, then it's over.
I thought you were back in your D&D campaign where it's
I
like,
did
if I
think
see
that
a ghost, I'll pull out the strap.
Think about not like
Imagine
ghost
what's in the
evidence.
tool bag.
I think it was at the penitentiary
saying,
also.
right?
That was the first
So-
time we smelled sulfur, and someone's like, "That's allegedly like demon
That was
lore."
probably Jeff.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I as well was like, I smell this. Granted, like there could be sulfur anywhere. I don't
Right.
fucking know, but it's fucking weird that it was just
Yeah.
suddenly there and heavy.
Was that Penhurst, you said?
It could also be a fart.
It could be a
yeah.
fart.
Oh, that's
Be a
true.
big
It was the
fart.
demon fart.
That's the thing
I
too.
think it's me and Jeremy at the moment.
And you said like I agree completely, but I'm on the complete opposite end of like you know when you get Like when you get into like a creepy place, it's like the atmosphere. That's 1,000% why I don't believe it. I'm like, oh, this is why people. Yeah, it feels weird. You know why? Because it's fucking filthy. We're underground.
It's
and there's
filthy.
mold everywhere.
It's dark as
and you're
shit.
breathing in, and you feel like
Your
shit because you're
senses are all
breathing in
fucked.
shit.
You're
Like, it's
evolved.
incredibly unhealthy.
Right. You're also evolved.
So when
to
you're like,
not
I
like
don't-
these things.
I don't feel good. It's like, yeah, no shit, you don't feel good.
You put
So
yourself
for me,
physically
I'm in
and
the opposite
mentally
position.
in a space where it's just gonna start fucking.
To me, like I start hearing shit, but I'm like, oh fuck, I'm hearing shit because I'm in a dark room underground.
That's
and I
very
feel like
quiet,
shit.
and I can hear the pin drop.
The human brain is like this crazy computer that like just go wherever you're doing. First of all, turn off this dumbass podcast. All right, just put
No,
turn it
don't do
off.
that. He's leaving.
Turn it off.
he's
Lower
turn it
the
off.
volume. Lower the volume.
Punch it on me. Turn it off. No. My point is like wherever you are, go look at like the wall. If you have popcorn ceiling, even better. I mean, worse for.
You talking about the asbestos ceilings?
Yeah.
It's also
It's not
terrible.
As a kid, I used to lick those.
I just used to scrape it off.
And eat it. Yeah. That's what I put on spaghetti.
I love zestini.
But it's like you look at it like you'll see faces. Like the human brain is just like look at wood patterns.
yeah.
Like you just see that
Oh, dude,
shit.
it's just like out the window as a kid. Like a tree looks like a monster.
There's a term for that. I can't remember what it's called.
It's
but
called
It's
shit
pattern.
brain.
It's like
Shit
your brain
brain,
wants
yeah.
to find patterns and
Yeah.
stuff, and some of that exists.
You look into
in
a
like,
car, you see a pattern of a face.
Yeah.
Right. I see all
That's
these,
usually someone driving.
I see tons of patterns in these cars.
That makes sense now.
You can like you see every car. I see a smiley face on the back of it, like the lights and the bumper line.
Yeah.
Like I always see a smiley.
Yeah.
face.
That's crazy
When I-
because you have such a negative outlook on life.
I do. I was just so.
Well, I see it and I keep going, fuck you.
And then I
What are you so happy about?
Why are you so happy?
I watch Cars once. Let him have it.
Yeah, I look at cars, I see smiley faces, I look at wood, I'll see like other faces. I see like the several men in suits who follow me around everywhere, and I'm always like, they're following me around.
Yeah.
Do
It's
you
crazy. My
have
mind makes that up.
Sleep paralysis or sleep paralysis demons?
Oh fuck! So I've never had that, and then the other day I experienced it, which was fucking
Good
awful.
times, yeah.
Yeah, it was terrifying because like I knew what was happening
Yeah.
because it's a terrifying thing, so I researched it.
Right. It's hard not to know about it at this point.
But even if you know about it, all that was happening was like I woke up and I felt like I was being choked to death, and now that I think about it, in my mind I was like I could see a figure standing over me, but I don't know if this makes sense. Thinking back on it, I just felt it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see anything.
Your mind fills the
obviously.
gap to ground the feelings. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I can't just feel this. It
Yeah.
must be something.
You feel it and you see it, and it sucks. And you're also like kind of paralyzed. But yeah, we covered that in the last.
Oh,
We talked about that a lot. Yeah,
we can't say it
We
yet.
can't say it.
Can't say
We
it.
can't say it, Cody.
Can't
we
say
can't say it.
Sorry, Fredo. You're
Oh no,
That's right. Another announcement, folks.
we covered that in a previous episode of Red Web. Like we went into the science of it.
Of the sleep
cool.
paralysis.
Yeah,
Yep.
sleep paralysis.
Kind of
and
the
then a ton
origin
us
of it.
Talked about our experiences.
It's interesting how,
I get a
like,
house? You got it?
depending on the culture and depending on the time period, it manifests in different ways. And it creates this lore.
If you're not gonna let me talk about things the way that I want,
Trevor's
I'm
fucking
paralysis.
done.
He told me he was going to do
I'm
this
fucking
if Trevor
done.
was talking. He kept saying, I'm going back
I'm
to
out.
LA.
I'm gone.
Hey, you know what?
Damn,
Me
dude.
too.
Okay.
It's time for another What's Up. I think it's time for another What's Up.
Oh, no.
I don't want to step on the toes of What's Up.
I couldn't care less.
This probably sounds so awful.
Step
so I'm
on it or
sorry,
no?
But I thank you so much for having me, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Go find somewhere to live. You can take that with you. Don't leave it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, you can have it.
Yeah, let it dangle.
The kids
It's a
have bunk bed.
souvenir.
We have
Whack it on a few things.
garage. Don't forget
All
the
right.
mayonnaise.
No, don't. Yeah, he doesn't need tomato.
So we like cut
What's he gonna put in the
that
cookie?
whole entire segment. Right?
No, we cut this
Absolutely.
segment. That was the cool there.
Oh, these chairs.
The posted VOD
There we go.
is going to be over now.
Wait,
Thanks for
credits
watching.
go this
Good
way.
call, Fred. Though.
But the live show is going to
Move
keep
this
going
around.
now,
There we
because you're
go.
going to get to hang on to this turd as it dangles for another 40 minutes.
Oh,
look at
no,
this.
I hate a
baby.
dangle turd.
But
Dingleberry. Yes.
if we're moving into the second phase of the podcast and we're talking about dangling turds, then why don't we just dangle? Because I'm here to tell you that before we started, there was a group effort from formerly broadcast to put together the one and only Chin Up Cam.
He's running. He's running.
No, I'm walking.
No,
Patent
you're-
pending.
Wasn't
They
running at
won't-
all.
They can't see you.
Trademark
He's running.
initiated.
Wow. Sometimes you just need to walk in and fire off.
Oh my God. Pew pew. I'm sorry, sir. Open carry is not allowed in the building.
Oh, look at those
Damn.
guns! This man,
Come
on, boy. Come on.
To the show.
Come on. What do you got?
This is actually. I'm feeling emasculated. I don't know how that's possible, but
And that is set 1 of 20 of today's
1 of 20.
section.
I'll finish the other 19 after the show. There's a pad here, not in case someone lets go. It's in case this just falls because it's precariously held.
Trevor.
I'm sold.
I'm baffled.
Man,
An
it's
applause.
Dude, that was great camera work too. I watched myself
was.
walk in. It was like Extra Life when Jack tased me in the back. I could see my own back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cody, can
Brutal.
you, if we ever do go back to the gym with the
was a
gym
fire
presence,
off.
can you be there physically to clap when we finish our reps? Thank you. It feels good.
When I get a sleep paralysis demon, hopefully for the first time in the near future, will you be there to clap about it? Oh, he's no. Oh no. Oh
No.
man.
oh no.
Dang, he's panicking.
What's happening?
He's panicking.
What are you saying?
He
Stop.
doesn't like that word?
He
I
threw
don't
down
know.
some kind of reverse
Sleep
spell
paralysis?
magic
Sleep
card. It
paralysis
doesn't
is cool.
work here, Cody.
Is he a referee or is he a coach? I think
He's
he's either.
going down.
He goes, take
Yes,
the play,
he is.
throw it to
It's
the
a-
wide
it's a
receiver. No,
land-
it's
Steal
a fake. It's a
Steal
fake.
home.
He threw a land card down. What's
Oh.
happening?
He's got the one ring from the new Magic deck.
He put it
He
in defense
put
mode.
down Mother's. He put
Milk.
down holy
Mother's
cows
milk.
to draw 3 buckets.
Dude,
of
they
milk
finally
from
cut
his
to
deck.
Cody.
There it is. He did a lot of this.
He's doing the goofy movie move.
You couldn't believe there was no one there.
Start the whole bit over.
Amazing.
We're just yelling at the emptiness.
I loved it.
Maybe we see a sleep paralysis demon now.
Isn't that just a regular demon if it's like during the day?
That's true. Well, I
It's
mean,
gonna be
you're
considered
not
a
waking
ghoul.
up with
You might have
sleep.
schizophrenia. Is
Oh,
what
there
I'm
could
Sleep
be.
paralysis ghouls.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Paralysis
I
is
haven't
cool, you're
listened to
doomed.
the episode. I absolutely will, because I was on off topic when y'all talked about it. But can we discuss some of the cultural differences or historical significance?
My
about
memory
sleep
is that
paralysis?
of a guppy, and so it usually I learn and
Not a
don't.
goldfish,
Goldfish
a guppy?
checking in with
Yeah,
us.
guppy
Yeah,
specifically.
guppy.
I think it might be a little shorter.
I think it is cool, and I think if we were talking about, you mentioned it, a little nugget for me. You said that like we all have very similar things we see, and over the course of history, it's still like a shadow person,
Yeah.
or like a ghost, or more recently because
Bigfoot.
of
Oh, the
no,
episode's
an
not-
alien.
I mean, yes.
Sometimes
Bigfoot's been drawn on caves for like hundreds of
True.
years. I'm just saying.
more recently, like alien abductions. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of like people are like, I thought I was abducted. It's like, you're just sleeping. Crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
And we talked about how that might just be like the times, right? Where like back then it was like demons and ghosts and shadowy figures,
Right.
and nowadays like alien abductions. So people
So-
are just thinking that in their head, so they're projecting.
Yeah.
it.
I'm sure they
So-
want to
Yeah.
be abducted.
The episode's not out yet. I'm going to ask Christian when it does come
I'm gonna
out.
decompress my spine.
Decompress.
Oh, go
spine.
I don't even know how you're going to decompress.
You just hang.
Oh, he's just going to dangle.
You just
All right.
you just dangle.
Now, to be
It's
clear,
not impressive. It's
that
literally-
was a chin up because the chin up is like palms towards you.
Yes.
A pull up is the wide grip. That's much harder because your back's
So he's
harder.
he's just going to let go and
He's
kinda
just
decompress.
he's just dangling because he's got a fucked up back.
Right, of course.
So that's also what you do when you can't do a pull up.
He also
the
might fall
accordion
asleep
stretch.
right now.
Yeah,
he
he's
looks
sleeping.
cozy as hell.
He's sleeping right now.
but the demons will get him.
Oh
what is-
shit! The demons are gonna.
Oh God, they're gonna
No,
take him.
Fredo, no!
Oh no. In a more serious way, though, it comes out on April 3rd. If you want to hear our kind of breakdown into more detail about the sleep paralysis demon,
What the fuck?
He's not compressing. He's
my God.
he's feeling something now. Hold on a second. He's being taken.
He doesn't-
Cut to the other
Oh,
one.
shit,
This is
okay.
ruining the
It's
illusion.
an all natural
doing,
chin
uh,
Come
up.
back. There you go.
Hey, whoa,
The
don't
secrets of
expose.
ghost shows.
It's just chin.
That feels good.
He's going back to the dangle. So there was 3 major segments that we talked about for the sleep paralysis demon. Right now, it usually comes in the form of like a shadow man or a shadow person. And if you go back a little bit, you have like the incubus or the succubus.
Oh.
It's on your chest sometimes. I've seen demons. Yeah.
Because
Suffocate you.
a lot of sleep paralysis gives you the feeling of like a compression on your chest.
Succubus is cool though. Do you at least get fucked?
No, that's the bad part.
That sucks.
He's just
In a way.
he or she, depending on incubus versus succubus,
Just
is
saying.
there to just
Succubus
take
at
your
least you
spirit.
should like get the fuck before you get your soul
Right, that's
sucked
what I'm
out.
saying.
That's generally
Come
what
for me.
happens. Yeah,
Not in that way, but you know.
Right, yeah.
dead, but at least give me that
No, wait.
part.
Right.
Incubus will give you some good music while they're there.
You good? Do you
but
stretch?
Then there was like
dude, I
an
stretched
old
and I
hag
levitated.
imagery.
I've seen Old Hag.
Old hag, and which kind of has some pseudo witch connotations depending on the time period you're really looking at. But
I've mentioned I've seen The Ring Girl, and it's absolutely because I saw the movie The Ring. So I'm like, okay, now you're here. That's cool.
God, I would hate that.
You see the ring girl, you start yelling, "Wash that mop!" Why? Because I'm paralyzed. Wash that mop.
What's that mouth? It's in my mouth. And she's just leaning over you. What would be worse? Stop. The demons from The Grudge or the demons from The Ring?
Oh.
Because I think The Grudge has a similar kind of.
Don't be crawling out of my own hair.
Don't
Right?
don't
Grudge,
crawl.
like,
Oh, the
fingers in
hand
Grudge.
and the fucking the shower.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is washing her hair, and then you're like,
little
ooh,
boy
the
that
scene,
meowed.
but then the fist is in there, and you're like, ugh, gabagool.
I don't.
That is.
When I freak out, I say whatever I say.
So the way that my sleep paralysis demons always work is I've never had like chest compressions or something. I do get the sensation of I can't breathe, so
Yeah.
my brain wakes up, my body can't move.
We talk about the science of it too, just like that, yeah.
Which is interesting for sure. But my demon is always on the opposite side of the room where I can't get them. So I think it would probably always be Ring Girl because Grudge Person's like up in your face, right? They'd be like,
Yeah.
Grudge Girl's like, if this was the bed and like head was here, feet were here, the child would be down there, so you'd see it, but then like, sorry, I'm going like way above the wide, but then like the Grudge woman would be like, like just like above the headboard where there is no space. And so you're like, how are you there? Just leaning down, staring.
There's
So-
Becca, who's worked for Rooster Teeth in the past. She did Sister in RBB, the voice of Sister. She's done a million things, but she also had sleep paralysis. And there was a clip that she posted on Twitter a while ago of her home security cam, and it's in the middle of her having an episode. And she explained that in the episode, she was lying in bed, and it was like the hag woman above her, face to face, and she couldn't move, but you can hear her on camera just screaming bloody murder.
No,
Oh my God, dude.
honestly though, no me gusta. But that's the thing is like I've talked about it, and I talked about it in that episode. Like I'm like everybody on the Red Web team has had sleep paralysis, but this guy, the guy who's tried to initiate it.
Join us.
He
You want
keeps
it too
going,
much.
I want to
The
experience
most I've had.
Maybe I can control it.
I'll have,
Maybe I
like-
can make friends. Maybe I can be like, that's Barney or something. Like
you can.
I don't know why I want to see
I've
Barney.
had like
but it
real,
is
like
childhood
stressful
dream.
dreams or something. Definitely not like a sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
but like some sort of nightmare or whatever. But I usually don't remember much. But the second I wake up, if I'm like, oh fuck, it's never like oh fuck from the dream. It's like I'm instantly awake and I'm like already like annoyed or just kind of like I'm stressed or whatever. Like I wake up going holy shit, and then I'm really mad that it was a dream. I'm like, what a waste of fucking energy.
A waste of emotional energy.
You know what I
You're
mean?
like,
Like I don't wake up and like, oh my God. Immediately I'm just like, fuck off.
You're like,
I want to
get out of space.
because I'm just like, oh, it's not real. And then I go back to sleep. Like I'm annoyed by it. But because I've never had like a terrible
That's a good
experience.
That's what
ability, though.
Christian said that because Christian was saying that he
I just come out of
started
it.
experiencing it like multiple times a week.
Oh, really?
And I was like,
He
that
does it a
sounds
lot.
terrifying. He's like, no, I'm just annoyed.
He was like, before the episode, he's like, I had it last night.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where like he recognizes where things don't make sense, like the doors closed when it was supposed to be open.
That's cool.
So he's like, he knows, he's annoyed about it, but it still has like these really creepy things happen.
I've heard that you can like find
Yeah.
little like hints that you're dreaming, and that's the only really way you can combat it is go,
Yep.
this isn't real. Like this is not happening right now.
Right.
It's the same thing that like when you're in a dream and it's a nightmare and you're like, you're trying to run away, but you're like,
I have that a lot. I have that a lot, but it's not like a nightmare. It's just annoying.
It's your-
shit. I
it's- well, that's the
constantly have
thing.
dreams where like I can't move.
Yeah.
And it pisses
Yes.
me off.
Yeah.
And that's your that's
A lot
your
of dreams where
brain
I'm like, I need to
fighting you.
run fast, and as fast as I run, I'm
It's just
not going.
It's
anywhere.
going like
I'm not
this.
going-
Yeah.
I'm going
Yep.
fast.
That annoys the crap.
I hate it.
Because I know I'm dreaming.
Yep.
I know it's like it's not right, but I still can't wake.
You're like, at
myself
least
up.
wake me
I
up.
just can't wake myself up. It's
Yeah.
just like something's weird. I'm like half aware.
One good trigger for me, or like an indicator that I'm sleeping, is if I can't read something,
Snoring.
it's all just like gobbledygook on my phone or on a sign. I'm like, I'm dreaming. But last night I totally forgot. I had a big dream where I have like epic dreams where I'm stuck in a place, and it's always like a theater or a school or somewhere huge that's like a maze, and I can't find my way out. And I kept trying to call Michael. I was like, I have to call my husband. I have to let him know. And I couldn't dial my phone. I couldn't get the number right, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Then you
Oh
broke
my
your
God.
phone.
Yeah, that too. Well, don't check the bag. It's already gone.
Slam it like that.
Try to get back.
On a pen.
Get me the Dow.
Get me the Get me the S&P 500. Oh, what?
Goodness. Sorry.
Yeah, I've had the same thing. So sleep paralysis tends to be synonymous with some people that actively lucid dream because you almost need to trigger that. So you can be awake enough to control and asleep enough that your body is unconscious and having vivid imagery, right? And so that's why I've tried to trigger it. But it's the same thing. Like the first time I had a lucid dream, I was like looking into a mirror and I happened to be like just checking something on my face. And I was like, that's not even my face. This is a dream. Like it was just, without even being consciously aware, I just went, oh, this is just a dream.
Now, what did you
And then I looked
conscious
around my room all excited and started to levitate things and try to fly. And but it was like my brain fighting me, so I'd be like, I'm doing it.
Like a foot off.
Yeah, doing the little like foot trick where you're like,
Does your subconscious like turn on you after
Oh, it
a while?
fights.
Just like Inception style? It's like, you're not supposed to be here.
well, it
How do you
tries
know?
to. I haven't had that. It either tries to make you forget, and so you're just back immersed in that reality, or And it's so funny. It's just like the Matrix, where the gun scene where they all fly in the white void.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like that, where I'm like, I was trying to fly, and I got so excited about it that my brain started to wake up, and I went whoop, just got pulled up out of the world, and everything went white. So that's usually what happens.
cool.
I either forget and fall back into the dream, or I get pulled out of it and wake up.
I've had my dreams melt on me before because I realize that I'm dreaming, and I'm like, no, stop, don't come back.
Like Page Master shit.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Master.
Yeah,
It's a
that was
great
one of my
movie.
faves.
Great movie. I always have, and we talked about this on Red Web. I always have my dreams where I just got done successfully like robbing a bank or something.
There you go.
And then it's just the stressor of knowing that the cops could show up at any moment to take me to jail. That's my dream.
Hey, next stream, it's gonna be me.
No.
I'm coming to take you right to
I
jail.
finally got you.
I got the bandit.
Detective Jones was on the case.
Do you have accomplices, or is it just you two? Like all
No,
pressure
I'm
on
gonna say
Fredo?
this is we're going international.
It's very much like
we're going international. And I'm Interpol.
You're Interpol? Whoa. It's very much like 80s / like 90s style. Or, you know what I mean? Like, or like Heat. Here saw that. Or it's just like, we did it as a group. Well, we all had, you know what I mean? We didn't know each other's names. We got together for a job, and then we separated.
A little Ocean's 11, but strangers kind of situation.
Yeah.
And they're like, I've been chasing you from dream to dream, buddy. I got you now. So now you just dream a prison cell.
Now I'm gonna have this motherfucker chasing me down every goddamn bank heist dream.
I want Fredo to hop into dreams, SpongeBob style. He goes into Trevor's dreams, like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm hiding from Michael.
You gotta go.
Gotta come.
Your dreams are cartoony as fuck.
Gotta go.
You're gonna wake up and I'm gonna be there in your house.
I'm like, this is, and then I'm just gonna wake up and go, this is a weird dream.
Adults.
When do I wake up?
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Stamps.com. It's never a bad time to level up your small business and set your year up for success. That's generally what you want in a business. That's why you should use Stamps.com to mail and ship to get ahead of the competition. They don't know about it. I don't let your competition watch this show. Stamps.com lets you print your own postage and shipping labels right from your home or office, wherever you are really, as long as you got the printer. It's ready to go in minutes so you can get back to running your business sooner. Stamps.com is your one-stop shop for all your shipping and mailing needs. You'll get access to USPS and UPS shipping services that you need to run your business, and you'll have it right from your computer anytime, day or night. No lines, no traffic, no waiting. Stamps.com even works seamlessly with major marketplace and shopping carts, which is perfect for selling online, and you probably want to do that, right? What's not to like? There's no long lines, it's easy to use, saves you money. You don't gotta leave your house or your business. You don't gotta go anywhere. Set your business up for success when you get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code OFFTOPIC for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Get them out of here. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code OFFTOPIC. Stamptastic. Question. When was the last time you treated yourself to some quality undies? Hopefully not too long, but if it has been a while, well, let me tell you, now that MeUndies is available on the MeUndies website, Amazon, and in Nordstrom stores, you don't have to choose between quality and convenience. Now you can shop for MeUndies however works best for you, okay? You can see their fun, bright prints in person now at select Nordstrom locations and visit Amazon for basics. I buy them on Amazon. I don't like to go outside. I don't want to leave. Scary. But say you're one of those adventurers, you're out and about, you're looking around, boom, now you might see MeUndies right in the wild. And of course, the MeUndies website is still the best way to explore, as I just said, the undies and apparel they offer. They've got men's and women's undies, joggers, socks, and even bralettes, so there's something for every comfy need. Plus, you can save 30% on most purchases when you get a MeUndies membership, not to mention other perks like early access and free shipping. Look, you've heard me talk about them for years now. Can't shut up about MeUndies, all right? I'm wearing them right now. It's difficult to find me not wearing them. All right? They're insanely soft. They always have fun designs to choose from. They match whatever mood you're in. Sometimes I go, oh, it's a that patterned day. Whatever you want, bud. To get 25% off your first order and free standard shipping, head to MeUndies.com/offtopic. That's MeUndies.com/offtopic. The sale is only available for online purchases. Remember, if you're not 100% satisfied, it's on us. That's MeUndies, not me.
Do you have like, I mean, adult, normal, lame stress dreams are like, I'm traveling and I forgot my passport, or I missed my flight, or like something like that. It's
serious
annoying.
situation.
Yeah.
It's usually stress. It's definitely like some vague stress, but it's dream logic where I'll be like, my left shoe's untied and I can't get it. You know, just something really
I've
dumb.
heard you say
funny.
that though in the office.
That's true.
at it.
I don't want
Let
to
'em
talk
know.
about it.
Mine is
Can't tie
mine usually the like committing a crime
Why are you
or
committing crimes in your dreams?
I think he's trying to say something.
I don't know.
I've crashed my car in so many dreams.
Or the
like,
bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Or the bathroom one.
Careful.
And then I wake up
Saved
and
it.
I check to see if I piss myself,
peepees.
and then no, and then I go, not tonight.
See, the
Satan.
only time in like adult, I know I talked about like pissing the bed recently, but like I think I gotta be almost awake if I'm gonna actually piss the bed. If I'm like deep sleeping and I'm pissing, like in the dream or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
my body's adult brain is like, I ain't sleeping. If I'm like almost waking up, you know, I used to get this with school a lot. I don't get it that much, but like occasionally happens where you're dreaming and then you start hearing the morning sounds in your dream.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
birds
I've
or
had
like the,
that.
or like the garbage truck or some shit. Like that's, I remember growing up where I'd be like, what the fuck is that noise? Like in my dream.
Yeah,
If
I've had
I
that.
if I like that, plus imagine I like hungover or like was drinking last night, I'll piss my pants. Because then it's like I'm that close to being awake, and I'm like, well, I better go to the bathroom. And then all of a sudden you hear the garbage truck going beep beep, and I'm like, why do I feel wet? And then I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, God damn it.
Y'all make me think now. I don't think I use the bathroom in my dreams. I don't think I've ever like peed.
Oh my
or
God,
pooped.
I've
You know what I
done
haven't
as a-
done?
as a
So
kid,
many
it's dangerous.
fucking times.
That's-
It's always like,
you always piss your pants.
this is
Yeah.
real, right? Okay. And then I go,
yeah.
and
I'm gonna
wake up and I go,
trick me, right?
It's like a
fuck.
5-minute long piss
Well,
and you wake
do
up
the thing,
wet.
right.
like, you look around and go, it's not a dream, right? You're like, good. Then you start pissing and the toilet goes, thank you.
And you're like, no!
It's delicious.
Oh no!
It's
That being
caffeinated.
said,
Hang on.
I don't think I've ever pooped in a dream. But I've never pooped the bed either.
Yeah,
So
I don't think I've ever shit the bed. Shy of like, I have the flu and I'm dying or
Right.
something, but I don't really count that.
yeah.
Even
Like, I
don't
admit-
think
and
I shit
even that's like-
myself.
No, yeah.
It's like just more like a wet fart. You know, like your body's falling apart.
Right.
I don't count that as like, well, I went to bed normal and I guess I shit my pants.
Right, exactly.
Just a full log.
I mean, that's what,
Very sick.
babies
It's-
will
Right.
shit
Very sick.
themselves.
Yeah, it's like you got a mud butt, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's getting
yeah.
real sweaty down there, and maybe you fart a little bit.
Dude, I know there's nights where it's like, fuck, I might shit my pants tonight.
Oh, yeah.
If you got like a stomach flu or something, you know, and you're like, oh, in bed, you're like,
That's how I started the year.
Like before you go to bed. That I'm not gonna be shocked if I wake up a little surprised.
Shame.
You don't go to bed naked that night.
Look, your body can only do so much,
Yeah.
okay?
If you
Things get loose.
if you're in the
uphill
environment
battle.
where you got risky farts, where
Okay.
you're like, oh man, I don't know if there's a fart or something worse. Then you're definitely on the precipice of madness that night. Like something's gonna eke out if you're not too careful.
You're close.
You throw down a couple towels. You just say, honey, you better sleep on the couch.
How much do you love me?
How do you like?
How much do you love me?
I mean, shitting is harder, but like,
bad.
I imagine, like, farting in yoga is pretty like common, right?
Oh my god.
It is very
Right?
common.
Because like you are pushing up on.
Oh, same thing with like, dude. I'm shitting's probably
Oh.
up there too. Chiropractor, dude. This is
Oh,
all they're
yeah,
doing is
yeah.
like squeezing and crunching your guts. It's
Oh,
just fart
1000%. Dude,
I can
because
definitely see you poop.
I
your pants
watched
with
one video in my Instagram algorithm, but like just
sure.
chiropractors just like popping and like just kind of contorting and then going. Coo, and
Here's the
then-
thing.
Well, there's
I'm
that
like,
there's
whoa.
that one dude with like the hammer, right? And he's always like hitting like
Oh,
athletes.
God, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I've started seeing? People doing it for dogs.
Yeah,
really?
I've seen it for dogs,
Yeah.
I've seen it for animals, and I've seen it dangerously. Please, for the love of God, don't do this at all. I've seen it for children, like
I've seen
babies.
like infants.
I have.
And
seen
it's
that
like, and I'm
too,
like,
I was-
that's a fresh damn human. It's still growing. I don't think they've got joint problems to overcome. Also, chiropractic work is like damn near pseudoscience.
gonna say.
My great grandfather was definitely a chiropractor.
Some gray
but like
area
my
there,
other
yeah.
uncles are definitely doctors, and they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's fucked up shit,
just
and I've
be
been to some,
mindful.
but I
Just
agree.
be mindful.
So I've had back problems. Got the MRI. Did all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stuff. I have a slip disc.
It's
with
a real
with
thing people swear by or they
Yeah,
I know.
with a.
I don't know
you're,
enough.
You're not wrong.
I genuinely
I
don't
just
know
stay
enough.
out of it. I don't give a shit
Yeah,
enough to be
dude.
like, do it or don't do it. But it's
But
people
not
swear
for,
by
not
it.
for
So-
pets and babies,
Right.
man. Like, come on.
So you know, I've had back issues.
I'll tell you
got-
this
got
stuff
it.
is fun.
It is
fun
fun.
to get
It
cracked.
is.
I would love it. I need that.
Xylophone.
I got diagnosed. I got slip disc, tearing it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Went to a doctor, a spinal doctor, and went
Specialist.
got my the lidocaine, shot it all up with steroids. Now you're at the superhero serum, feels good.
Good shit.
Had my follow up yesterday, and I'm just asking everything, right? I'm like, Doc, going to physical therapy. These are my workouts. Is that enough? He's like, yes, gym will help too. Just be careful. Yada, yada.
Don't get caught.
And then I said, traditional chiropractor, should I be looking into that? And he was like, and then, dude, you could tell he was just trying to beat around the bush.
It was the settling in.
He's like, it's not going to benefit you. I just don't see how it would help you or others in your situation. And he's like, and the science just isn't there overall. And I was like, oh, he's just like, yeah, chiropractor work. He's like, I'm a spinal doctor. I don't believe in it, pretty much, is what he's trying to get across.
I appreciate the gentle bedside manner, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but that's a dumb
He was just like, the research just doesn't add up. And he's like, you're not going to see anything from it, especially. And I was like, cool, won't do it.
Don't get me wrong. I love a good pop. I'm like you. I'll like crack all sorts of my joints and whatnot. I got a little peanut roller. I roll it's perfect to isolate the muscles along your spine, to put pressure on it and just stretch out like your back. But also like if you relax, it could pop your back, which is so nice. I'll dabble. But like, I've never been to a proper chiropractor.
So much of my time in the proper chiropractor was physical therapy.
See, I've been to one, but I've never been to one for like, I have medical injuries. Like I had family members that went, and I've like gone with them, and it was like, want to get a pop job? And I was like, yeah, a pop job. And it was like, ooh, that feels nice. But again, it's also not something I'm like, it's amazing. So it's just like, some people swear by, like my grandmother, this is also 30 years ago, right? She like knit and sewed her whole life. And then she started getting really bad arthritis. And the doctor was like, you really can't knit anymore. And then she's like getting second opinions, started going to a chiropractor, and she would have work on her hands a lot. And then she kept knitting. Is it anecdotal? No fucking idea.
If it provides relief, then go for it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't tell those people it doesn't work. Which is, I think, why it's still a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I have no idea. But I certainly wouldn't replace it with like, you need surgery. I'm going to get popped instead.
Right.
Yeah. But it's definitely a 50-50. People like believe it, or they're like, that's not real.
Yeah. I went, and this is before I had back issues and stuff. I went, and then it was just like, very much like, they looked and they're like, oh, you're kind of offset here and there in your shoulders and your spine or whatever. And then they did some adjustments. And it was pretty much just like, okay. And like, this is the plan. And it just seemed like it was very much like it was set up to be like, okay, and keep coming like once or twice every month. Yeah. Keep getting adjusted.
That's what it is.
Keep going.
They call it crack addict.
It's like relief, essentially. Yeah. It's not really
I'm a recovering crack.
You know what I mean? Like, it absolutely is. It's a thing that generally, like, some people don't, there's no end date. It's just like, I go to a chiropractor once
for the rest of your life.
Well, that's what I really liked about my sports physical therapist, because they were like, okay, the plan is to diagnose you, like give you treatment, set you up with like everything you need, and like he's like 3-4 sessions and then get you the hell out of here.
Hopefully never see you again.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
And then he was like, all right, first things first, we're going to reset the muscle. And I'm like, that sounds like a crock of shit. And then the next day I was like, I'm reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like, your muscles have memory, and right now they're used to just being inflamed, and so we have to like bring that down and reset it, so in that way they're like, okay, this is what normal is. And I was like, wow.
You described it.
That's
you
awesome.
told us about this like last week.
Oh, yeah.
You described it like in some animes where like you're fighting an opponent, you're like, look, this guy, what's he gonna do? And then he goes, and you just like fall apart.
Whoa! Except that I'm very thankful. I'm like, thank you for defeating me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Relaxation.
Can you beat me up next week then at the same time?
So like, do you always do this for people you fight? Can
I get your number? And then they become friends.
Right. What kind of crime can I commit to get this again?
That's the
second
crime
arc,
besties.
Yeah.
Right back to the
right back to it.
I wasn't even dreaming.
What? No, hell no.
Now he's pining.
Now they're real.
Now he's wishing.
The crimes are real.
I don't think you would want this. Did you ever consider a back brace? And I say that as someone who has very heavily considered it over the course of my life.
I mean, the spinal doctor didn't bring it up or anything.
That's the only reason I asked too. Is like usually it's like chiropractor work or some kind of specialist or back brace is the options I was given.
Is it to support your back, depending on your situation, like scoliosis, for example, or is it to help strengthen it in certain places so that way down the line you might not need the brace anymore?
For me, it was always support. And that was the reasoning for not doing it. Is like, do you want to?
Because it can get worse, right?
Right. Theoretically, you get stuck in this, and then like my back curves to the right. It'd be like, I mean, I'm sitting horribly right now. I'm doing the same thing.
Dude,
but
I sit there like that all the time.
I have it's like borderline a corset, but it's just like a waist trainer. Michael seen me wear this. Like the idea is it just kind of like smooths you out. But as far as my spine goes, I'm like this all day.
Kind of
I'm
like helps.
Hello, yes. Yeah, it's great.
With your posture, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, Fredo keeps me on track because like I'll look at Fredo and I'll be like, we're supposed to be the same height, but we're stood next to each other and I'm looking up and I'm like, I'm slouching like crazy. So then I'll try to go, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back. We're both medically 6'2".
There you go.
Well, yeah, because the unfortunate thing is like when I was talking to my doctor, he was like, yeah, slip disc and everything like that. Like I saw my like the X-ray or like MRI. It was like my spine and all the different discs, and I was like, oh, it's those two on the bottom because they're much darker than the ones up top. And he was like, yeah, so it's darker because it's aged. And then he was like, you know, you could try and get the disc to go back in, but he was like, those two discs have aged more so than the other discs in your spine. And he was like, there's no going back on that.
Is it because it pops out and gets less blood flow, or like what's the situation with that? Damn.
Yeah. So even though like if I do my workouts and my disc gets all settled and everything like that, it's still it has aged more than the other discs, and it will never like what I mean. There's no fixing that, right?
But what you can
There's no de-aging.
But you can slow it down, up the age on all your other discs.
That's what I can
Catch
do.
up.
Oh shit.
That's what I
Make
can
it
do.
That's
Yeah, at least
Make it even.
at least it'd be uniform.
I love the
Bunch of
symmetry.
old
Yeah.
discs, not two.
Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Well, that's
You'd be like, check me out. Got the discs of a 45-year-old.
right. There
you go.
All lined up.
Yeah,
All the
perfectly
same
even.
age. Yeah.
If they're
They
all
all
old,
failed the
No
exact
young
same time.
discs here.
right? If they're all old, none of them are old. That's the thing about those like TikTok chiropractors is like I'm 99% confident that most of them are just adding the pop noise because they're like some of them will do like if you want to pop the XYZ nerve or not nerve but like joint, and I'll have to look up what that is. They'll be like, lay down on the ground, kick your legs up in the air, put them on a chair, do this, and then twist, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Dude,
Because I've tried one or two of them just to see, and I'm like, I can pop my back from top to bottom. I'm a very stretchy person. But I'm like, I did that thing and nothing happened.
What's fully going on?
I like it.
don't know.
It's crazy. It's one of those things too with just like exercising so much recently. I've just started noticing things I can do, or like I'm much stretchier or limber than I've ever been, and it's something I think that you need to. What's up?
Relax.
Yeah.
Exercise too much.
Yeah. Slow down.
Slow down.
Show off the touching the ground thing.
Oh,
if you
so
don't mind.
so it's a thing where
wild.
like I never tried to do it like recently. I didn't practice up to this. I could just stretch one day. I could be like, holy shit! Like touching my toes was always hard. And my thought was like, gotta practice every day. Haven't fucked around at all with touching my toes. I've just been doing every other exercise, and my body is just like becoming human. And so it's cool that like I can stretch and shit like that now. And it's like the real results. And granted, I'm not like injured, but it's like the real results of like a chiropractor or whatever. Of like, oh, I'm realigning. My body is just realigning itself into being healthy because I'm doing like every muscle exercise. So I don't know what it attributes to, but I can do. Here, let me back up a little so you can see my feet. Go back here.
there we go.
Foot cam.
So
Michael is now standing.
I'm now
and he
standing.
is bending at the. Watch your head.
touch my toes. Right?
Which is like that's very impressive as is.
flat. Then I go knuckles.
Which is very impressive.
But also just palms.
But then it's like, holy
My legs are still straight. And you know what? This ain't that bad. It really
that's
is.
wild.
Yep.
I want to
That's just
try it,
from exercise.
but I feel like I'll pop something.
I didn't practice at all. I was just like, holy shit, look what I can do.
That's awesome.
So I just started buying shit. So I bought a jump rope. I've never been good at jump roping,
Yeah.
but now I'm like, I think my body's ready to just learn how to jump rope. Like, learn effectively. Like, actually jump rope for like 10 minutes and do cardio.
So sick.
So I've just been stretching out a new jump rope for a couple days. I just stand on. I'm not sure how you're supposed to stretch out a jump rope.
You stretch them?
Well, they're like twisty as fuck.
Yeah,
'Cause
when
it's
you
like
get
it's
them,
a real
they're
nice
kind of like
cable, but it's
wavy
like a
and-
controller.
Here's the thing.
Not great when you're jump rope.
A lot of those memories,
twisted at the
a lot of
top.
those memories for me are like the little corded rope with all the plastic things on it.
Yeah.
So they go,
yeah,
clack,
Well, that's
clack,
the problem.
clack,
It's
clack.
a real nice. It's like nice jump rope.
It's a workout
Can
jump
you get
rope.
flat?
Right.
Can you get straight so I can use?
Can I get it where I don't have to, straighten it out?
Do you spaghetti string it, Fredo, to kind of like stretch it out, right?
I mean, I've been doing this. You just pull it, and I've also been
pulling
standing.
at it.
Can
Yeah,
heat work
that's
if you
true.
like step on it and blow dry it or
possible.
something?
That's how you bend
Relax it?
PVC.
That's true. But I think what happened for me and maybe a lot of people is I got guilted out of stretching ever. Because in high school, you go to gym, they're like, all right, everybody stretch and touch your toes, and no one can do it except for that one kid who's extra limber.
It also, I get my whole life, I was poisoned. Like, that's stupid. That doesn't do anything.
And I'm like, I want to do it because I don't want to fail, but I can't, and it hurts. And they're like, I guess I'll give up forever.
To me, it's more like I always thought like you got to stretch and touch your toes to get stretchier, but it's more like if you exercise, you will be stretchier.
Right.
Right. I didn't get stretchier from stretching.
Yeah.
I mean, like stretching.
Sure.
But it's a lot of it's a lot of just like cardio and mobility. Almost if I pick like a trainer program, there's usually at least 2 to 4 minutes of mobility. And dude, you just like early on, I'm like, I'm just gonna skip that. Ooh, I'm gonna stretch tomorrow. I'm gonna do this.
What was that?
Dude, it adds up like insanely every day. There's something new when I learn.
What was that workout where you were like, you jump over here and then you come over here?
Some skis?
You did that like something like that like a couple weeks ago. You were demonstrating that. I finally saw that in this app that I use, and it was like,
oh yeah, you're just
that's how you hit your like
jumping. It's called like something bounding or some shit.
I was like, that looks tough. Yeah. And it targets like these side muscles.
And it's just great to do that for 2 minutes. It's so much more effective than what I used to do. Gym was just like ride a bike or go on a treadmill for 5 minutes. Doing like jumping around and like fucking burpees and shit. Yeah. It's insane, dude. Like I'm actually building core strength, which it just makes balancing so much easier.
Yep. You get all those little muscles.
That topic, Michael had mentioned that he got, it's like a training surfboard thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the name is.
Oh, the Wii U sport.
Yeah. It's like a balance board it's a little bit, it's not as long as a surfboard, but it's like boogie board size maybe. And it's got this roller underneath it you can put in either direction. And then it's got these tracks you can set that can make it like easier to practice. It goes both ways, whichever way you want it. And it's to like practice surfing or like get practice in between surfing, right? Like assuming you don't live on the beach. Yeah. But I bought it just going, I could just work on my balance and then shit, if it helps me learn how to surf one day, that'd be cool. But I kind of just want to like practice my core and my, like my it's like legs and hips. And so I'm just like, who gives a shit if I never surf? If I'm not actually using it to be like, I'm going to surf one day.
Right.
But I also thought I should bring this to the office because people are just going to fall over.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'll probably bring it.
You'll stand on it while you work at your standing desk, and we'll all go, let me drive.
I'm going to get on that bad boy, crank that setting to class 5 hurricane.
There you go.
Dang.
I feel horrible for asking because I feel like I should know. You didn't surf in the past, did you? Or did you try? That's what I thought.
I've never tried. I snowboarded, but that's...
I was saying to Lindsay too, the thing about surfing and why this thing would be nice if you can actually practice on it. I'm like, practicing to surf seems like such a fucking chore because it's so much work just to try.
Yeah, it is.
You got to get out there. You got to swim. Here comes the wave. You wait. You immediately fall in.
Oh,
it's like, all right, it's another 3 to 5
long
minutes.
setup.
It's such a long setup. And so I'm just like, I imagine this thing would help.
Yeah.
Super beginners, right? Like just to get a little practice balancing and not falling into the ocean 500 times.
I'm thinking people who have like the most balance in the office where I can think of. I'm like, I know Fredo does, but you also.
Lindsay was pretty good at it too.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
A lot better than I was.
I boarded back in high school and college a little bit.
Okay.
Longboarding. But
Longboard?
Yeah.
I wish I could longboard. That shit looks like everyone that's like good at it.
They look like they're just so chill.
I know, they're just like, and it's a smooth board, so we go, they're like 40 miles an hour downhill. I'm like, oh.
Not that heavy. I went to class, but thank you.
Okay.
I'll still take it. It's a very like Austin lifestyle too. That or a unicycle. What do you want? I'm like longboard, please. Thank you.
You gotta get one of those like smart boards where you can just stand on it and go zzz, and it's like a longboard, but it's motorized.
That's pretty cool. Well, I was thinking, Fredo also, I think in my perspective in the office, you have the most balance, but you also have like a dance background. So you've like, learned to move.
I danced and did Taekwondo for 5 years.
I assume they're talking about you too busy doing the hula to surf.
That's true.
Yeah, hula was a lot of like isolating your body, having the top half do one thing while the bottom half does the other thing, which is weird, but then you just kind of get into a rhythm and you just forget about it. So the rhythm keeps going.
You feel it. That's good. That's good coordination too.
And then I did Taekwondo, so it was a lot of. I used to just be able to just do the splits like straight up for the longest time, or I'd like when I would stretch or like my sensei would like help like stretch me for like a term or something like that. I'd be like straight up against the wall and he'd grab each of my legs and just go whoop right up against, and like my toe would touch the wall. It'd be like that.
I must have done faux Kwando because like mine was. I didn't do anything like that. I got up to like brown or red belt, and then but my stretchiness was like If my sensei went up here, I'd be like,
dude, we had a lot of fun. We had one game that we played, and it was kind of like the game they play for Physical 100. But we would set like the sparring mats. We'd set it maybe like 4 or 5 high. And then this is how we'd like wind down the class or whatever. And we'd have like everyone, all the age, sizes, groups, everything like that. We would like jump and roll over it without knocking it down. And so we would just stack it higher and higher and higher until it's like, whoa, this is like fucking 5 feet tall, and you're just trying to see who can like roll over it like without. It was like really fun, like onto the mat and everything.
I cannot jump for shit. I'm so jealous that you were able to do that. Did you ever have like
once upon a time?
Still, like in high school, also they had like the physical fitness test, and there was this stupid thing where it had all the like ticks. It was like little arrows, and you could see how high you jump. And you have to hit them. And yeah. I'd be like 1 arrow. I'm like, I did it. Yes.
Dude, hey, I don't want to brag, but I always participate.
You got the participant award?
Every year. Well, the years I went to school, but every year.
You didn't sit down. Oh, actually.
It's hard to get me when I'm not there.
Yeah.
It was the Presidential Fitness Award, which I don't know if that still goes.
Himself.
Yeah, he signed off.
Let me take it now. Let me go back. I'm going to go in undercover.
You should do it now.
Just to do the physical fitness challenge.
You should do it.
I just transferred.
Sir, you child with the beard. Yes, sir.
I'm ready to try and do a pull-up.
I can do this.
Sir, may I do the chin up?
1. A new record. Someone did one. Who the fuck can do a pull-up in 8th grade?
That's the thing. Some people would do.
grade.
Some people do pull-ups, but the other option was to just do the. Yeah, you just hold like this, and then your legs go.
I mean, again, that's straight. That's the first thing I thought of in Physical 100 when I was just like, oh, it's like when no one can do a pull-up in the physical fitness challenge. Like when they're dangling and they're all like this. I'm just like, oh, it's gym class.
It is gym.
You hang and you're like, I'm not going back up. No. wait.
It was funny.
The fitness test ended in 2013.
No, they ended in 2013.
Just about the time that we couldn't do it anymore.
No. I'll bring it back. I'm going to bring it back.
Michael's presidential.
Michael's Physical Fitness Challenge for America. That's what I'm going to call it.
But it's international.
I just got to get it.
What was the?
Actually, it's only in 3 states.
I just imagine, have you ever watched the, I think it was a Disney show, was it Heavyweights?
I was thinking about Heavyweights earlier in this episode. Go ahead.
Like all the kids in the summer camp and everything like that, then he gets bought out by like a company or corporation or whatever,
and
it's
Ben Stiller,
and he's like, we're gonna jazz. He's like, we're gonna jazz society up. Everyone's so physically fit and everything. That's Michael to me right now.
Oh, really? That's amazing. I wanted to think about, because you guys were talking about the lunges that Trevor was doing, and in Heavyweights they have this machine that I used in high school all the time.
Slide?
The slide, and like if you guys are familiar, you literally go like this on like a wet floor, basically.
Yeah, that's not really the joke.
Oh, is that when you like go to one side but you slide?
Yeah.
No, I was doing lateral
I've never
lunges
seen that.
yesterday,
I've never done it.
and you go like this, and then you shoot off the left leg.
Right, you gotta
You gotta lean,
explode.
and then explode from the left leg. But you do that while you're holding weight.
You do a controlled down,
and then sometimes you fall.
Yeah, sometimes.
You fall over.
Do you ever hear a pop in your knee when you deadlift? Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
I'll be honest, I've worked out a lot of pops. There's still some crinkles there, don't get me wrong. I'm old. They're not gonna go away. But like, oof, dude, kneeling down, it's like a new body. It's crazy. I'm finally like crossing the threshold on like, it doesn't hurt when I do my legs.
Because the muscles are there to hold everything in place like they should.
It's also just so damn hard to make legs stronger. The strongest part of your body.
Yeah, you're working your core a lot.
You know what I mean?
Which really helps.
So it's like, oh, dude, my core, it shot up through the roof.
Yeah.
Like last couple weeks.
Yeah, doing core
power.
I'm sucking down core power. I'm using core power. I bought one of those little core rollers, knowing I can't use them. They're fucking impossible. But again, it's one day where I'm not going to practice using it. I'm just going to keep exercising, and every now and then I'm going to check to see if I can use it. And then I'll literally, again, if I'm just stronger one day, I'm going to be able to use it.
That was me with pull-ups.
But that's cool.
My body's in this weird state right now because, like in October, I went to the ER because of my back, and then I was like, I'm back in the gym. So I was doing like 6-7 days a week, like weightlifting and everything like that, and I was getting a lot stronger. But then I went to the ER again during Christmas Eve, and I was like, oh, fuck, can't work out anymore. Got to do the whole figure out what's going on. And so for a couple months, it's been like, do your core, do your core, do your core, don't do anything else, get it all figured out. And so luckily, yes, like a couple days ago, I got to go ahead from the doctor to actually go back into the gym. But I'm in this weird state where I haven't worked out in a couple months, so there's like nothing there. I was building, but I've been doing nothing but core. So I'm starting to see like
you got like abs and a V,
and everything, but nothing anywhere else. And I'm just
like Popeye, except
I'm like, yeah,
everything here.
It's so weird.
That starting strength test, I'm telling you, you have a fucking core score.
It's like laying in the water where the guy just worked out one bicep. I'm just like, the core is like looking good, but then there's nothing anywhere else.
And then, your pecs are like gone, but it's like
there's no rest for anything.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Because I can't do it yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to equalize my numbers as far as, again, tonal separates it from upper body, lower body, and core. Not that I really give a shit. It's just like to have like similarity between them. But it's like I'm never gonna just stop doing upper body, right? I just try and do less of it or more legs. But again, legs being like for me the hardest, it's longer recovery time, right? So it's just like I can do upper body more days than I can do legs. So inevitably it just keeps getting further. But what's nice is you can look at, it tells you the percentage your strength has increased. So even though like my upper body and my core is much higher than my legs, the percentage they've increased is still almost exactly the same. It's like 105%, 106%, like 108%. It's just started as a lower number.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna start peaking on those upper body numbers soon, where it's just too fucking hard, and then hopefully my
and then
up.
your gains are smaller.
It's crazy when, because the numbers mean something, right? They're not arbitrary. It's based on the exercise. It's crazy when the number goes up and you're like, fuck, this is getting easier, right? For legs, again, it's just standing. That's the biggest challenge. You know what I mean? With upper body, it's a lot of like, can you do the full motion? Can you do legs are like, if you're doing a squat, the challenge is getting back up. It's not, you know what I mean? You want to do it clean, but there's really nothing else to it. Can you stand up? And it just takes a lot to stand up.
Yeah. And even before that, like before you physically give out, there's like 3 solid reps where you're just like, I really mentally want to give up right now, but I know I can do at least. I know I can do 3 more, but god damn it, I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't. I just want to.
What is your
I just want to
coach
rack
voice?
this and finish it.
Do you have like a positive voice in your head going like, no, Fredo, you can do it, or are you like more to yourself?
Yeah. The voice in my head is like, what the fuck is the point of me even doing this if I'm not pushing those last final reps?
my voice
Because that's like that's where you build muscles in those final reps. So I'm just like, why am I even doing this if I'm not actually like doing the final like push, which is the most important, arguably. So.
Yeah. That's a very good voice.
That's smart. I'm just thinking about like everyone's different. Of course, I hear Michael working out, and he'll like yell, but it's still encouraging. He's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah!" I'm like, "All right, get it, go ahead." Yeah, like,
it's exciting. I can never do it. I'm at the gym. And now I'm like not only in my house, but I'm like in a bedroom, like doors closed or whatever. Yeah. I'll just be yelling up there. I like yell at the trainers.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I was telling you guys about.
Come on, motherfucker.
Let's go. I think I was telling you about this, that like the lunk alarm, and you're like, what the heck is a lunk alarm?
Yeah. Bro, I'm lunking like crazy in my house.
Oh, you're lunking like?
I bought the right to lunk.
Okay. Planet Fitness.
We got lunk protection.
Yeah. Planet Fitness is a gym chain, and they have an alarm. And it's called the lunk alarm, and it goes off if anyone's like grunting too loud or throwing weights or slamming weights or anything like that. It's a giant alarm. It's like douchebag alarm, douchebag alarm. Like,
it goes nice because like some people are insane. Right. Going in there. That said, doing that like last 3, I can't do it, but what's the point? You can actually be like, and it's very nice to have that ability to just sound like an asshole in my house and not have somebody else be like, all right. Yep. But it's just like, it's my last 3 on my 3rd set. It's hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard. It's hard for me. You know, but I'm not going to yell in the gym.
I'm still too trained on the heavy breathing and the like last few reps where I'm dying. I go, like I'm blowing out the world's biggest candle.
Yes. And it's so far away.
It's my birthday.
But now I want to scream. I'm with y'all. I want to let it out. Yeah. Let's go.
Well, it's time to let it out. Let the audience out. Because it's 4:30.
Start blowing out your candles.
Start blowing out your candles. And you should check out a very special episode of Post Team Does Stuff. They have a big announcement. They got a lot of special surprises in store, and they say this is a must tune in episode. I'm not making that up. They didn't say that. It sounds like I'm making it up, but it's not. So tune in right after this. But that's off topic. Thanks for being here. Thanks Armando for stopping by.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah. And hey, I'm just saying maybe we have a new home for the little pull-up bar, Cody just has to like take the door apart every week or something.
Yeah. Oh, totally forgot.
You know what I mean? What's up?
Next Friday, you and I doing another long stream. Resident Evil 4 remake. It's going down Friday. We're gonna kick it off early, probably around 10 a.m. Central Time, and it's gonna be like 15.
It's gonna be fucking sure shit longer than 12 hours.
16 hours. It's one of those other Michael and Alfredo and everyone
I'm gonna come dressed.
Jumping in. We play the whole fucking.
I'm gonna come dressed to the nines like my boy.
Thanks.
Oh.
Hopefully his new model like matches up with me. You know what I mean? Like hopefully it's beefy.
Fredo, I have to mention, everyone can watch y'all play. They don't even have to go to sleep. They'll just watch the next episode of Ruby because it's coming out on Saturday.
That's true.
That's cool.
Whoa!
just
cool.
saying.
Watch us.
Saturday morning show.
Scoop right onto the next thing.
All right.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Go off.
We've popped off. Have you?
Dang.
No? What's your
Dang.
excuse? What are you doing? Oh, buy the shirt.